the ground in Chicago as federal and local authorities work together to track down and arrest criminal migrants. And he, as you can see, joins us now. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. So much that we want to ask you. First up, is the president happy with this progress?
No, I think the president's happy, but we're going to make him a lot happier. Yesterday was just day one, and these raids are going to go out throughout the country. We're not going to let up. We put our foot on the gas, and we're going to go. And as I explained to several stations yesterday, that aperture is going to continue to grow. Right now, we're concentrating on public safety threats and national security threats, but as we open up that aperture, looking for fugitives, those who had due process at great taxpayer expense, there's over 1 million of them, 1.4 million, they're on the table. Anybody in the country illegally, they're on the table, but we're going to go after them in a prioritization that makes sense. The worst first.
So let me ask you a couple of questions about your trip to Chicago. First of all, why did you want to go to Chicago? Will you be going to more cities like Chicago? And what was the reaction like when you talked to local forces there, like the local police?
Well, look, I went to Chicago a couple times, met with black pastors, met with the community. They were begging for ICE enforcement action because of the crime in Chicago. I made a commitment to them that we'd be out there. I also made a commitment to the mayor of Chicago that I'm coming to Chicago, even though he said I wasn't welcomed, and along with Governor Pritzker. And plus, just a few days ago, Pritzker did put on social media that ICE was in an elementary school. I wanted out to make a point that ICE is going to do that job regardless if they're going to help us or not. As far as the local community, nothing but cheers walking to the airport, cheers walking through the streets. We stopped at a police station to take a nature break, and we've been on the road so long, and every uniform in that building walked up, shook our hands, and thanked us for being there and helping them make their communities more safe.
Okay, so Tom, we're looking at video on our screen, for example, from Chicago over the weekend. Particularly the last video was on Sunday. Okay, here's another video. One was the agents knocking on the person's door, pulling him outside, and bringing him out to the federal vehicle. So can you give us some sense, like, are every single one of these people, are they criminals, gang members, every single one of them? What exactly have you been able to determine, and what can you tell us?
Yesterday, during the operation I was part of, I can tell you that we arrested more than 9 TDA members, 10 Iowa members. A couple of them are being criminally prosecuted because one of them was selling weapons. Here's an illegal alien gang member in the United States selling guns, illegal guns, to other gang members. And some of these guns had what they call a switch. The switch is added to the gun to make it fully automatic. It turns a Glock handgun into a machine gun. So we arrested a lot of TDA members. I know we arrested 2 illegal aliens that had murder convictions that were walking the street. We arrested at least 7 sexual predators, mostly child predators. We arrested people with assault allegations, extreme sexual assault. These are all bad people, public safety threats. They shouldn't be walking the streets of Chicago. If they weren't a sanctuary city, we should have arrested them in the safety and security of a jail rather than releasing them in the community, putting the community at greater risk of crime and assaults.
So something crazy happened in Chicago at the end of last week. 2 Secret Service agents went to a local elementary school because they were running down a threat that was made on TikTok. They identified themselves to the school principal. They even left cards saying, look, if you want to get back to us, here's how you get back to us. Suddenly the story became that it was ICE agents who went to this school, Tom. And Pedro Martinez, the Chicago Public Schools CEO, said this. Listen here.
We had individuals that came to one of our schools, Hamlin Elementary School, that presented credentials and shared that they were from ICE. And so our staff followed the protocols. We're very clear. We've been training our principals, our security guards, any front office staff to making sure that they know that we are not to share any information with anybody from the Immigration Department or ICE.
So not only did the CEO of Chicago Public Schools pass off misinformation about U.S. Secret Service agents who were interpreted to be ICE, but listen to what J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, said after that. After a week of Republicans sowing fear and chaos, the first reports of raids in Chicago are at an elementary school, targeting children and separating families is cruel and un-American. To be clear again, these were Secret Service agents running down a threat that was made on TikTok. They were not ICE agents. ICE never went near that school. What do you say to Pedro Martinez and the governor of Illinois, who appear to be not only sowing information, but fear?
Well, Pedro Martinez lied. He lied to the city of Chicago because he knew those Secret Service agents because I talked to the people involved. They left their credentials. He knew exactly who were there, so he lied. Again, sowing fear in the immigrant community. And Governor Pritzker, rather than calling ICE and asking us, did this happen or did it not happen, he goes on social media and terrifies the elementary schools that ICE agents are walking in there. He accuses me of terrifying the community. No, he terrified the community. He terrified the children. You know what ICE did yesterday? They saved children. We arrested 9 sexual predators, many of them child sex predators. We saved children. ICE saved children. We're not going to schools and scaring the hell out of them. Governor Pritzker deserves, he needs to give ICE an apology. What he did was just plain wrong, and by doing that, he put fear in the community that shouldn't have to be there. Children shouldn't have to fear ICE agents walking into an elementary school to arrest them.
Yeah, Tom, I don't know if you've had a chance to see a video that has been going viral over the past hour or so. We're still working to clear it and show it. In fact, the Hollywood celebrity who posted it has now deleted it, I think because probably she faced a lot of backlash for it, noting even the New York Times and Fox News polls show that a majority of American respondents are in favor of deportations of criminals and gang members. She posted a video sobbing. She was crying in it. She said, "All my people are getting attacked," with the picture of a Mexican flag. Again, she has now taken that down. But what do you say to those who are out there saying that these are everyday people, these are families that are being attacked and dragged out of their homes? How do you respond to that?
I don't think we arrested any families. We've arrested public safety threats and national security threats, bottom line. And look, President Trump won the election on this one issue, securing our border and saving lives. What happened on our southern border last 4 years is the biggest national security threat this country's seen, at least in my lifetime, because we got over 2 million known gotaways. We got a 600% increase in sex trafficking. We got a record number of terrorists crossing the border on the terrorist watch list. We have 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl coming across the open border. We're going to do this job, and we're going to enforce the laws of this country. If they don't like it, then go to Congress and change the law. We're going to do this operational apology. We're going to make our community safer. We're going to save. Once we lock that border on continuous operation, you're going to see fentanyl deaths decrease, illegal alien crime decrease, sex trafficking decrease. It's just all for the good of this nation, and we're going to keep going. No apologies. We're moving forward.
One quick question just to finish this off here. So President Trump twisted the arm of Colombia's President Gustavo Petro, got him to reverse course in a matter of hours. But we do not have repatriation agreements with Venezuela. We don't have a repatriation agreement with China. What do you do about people from those 2 countries who have been apprehended?
No, first of all, we got President Trump. They will take them back. I'm convinced, because under the first Trump administration, El Salvador won't take MS-13 members. It took President Trump 48 hours, and we're filling planes of El Salvador and MS-13. Mexico didn't want to do marine in Mexico. They didn't want to put military north and southern border, but they did it. We got a strong president who put America first.
You're dealing with Maduro, you're dealing with President Xi. 2 different people.
If they don't take them, we'll find a third safe country. I already got several countries lining up, willing to take nationals from any country for us. And we're working on those agreements now. So if we can't move them one place, we'll move them someplace else. But they're not staying here.
Tom, thank you very much for coming on. Hope to have you back soon.
Thank you, Tom.